Stand by for action. We are about to launch Stingray. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Gee, I must have dropped off. It looks like there's a pretty large fish around here. I'd better check the line. And that's the story of my vacation in Scotland. Turned out to be quite a thing.
Well, I've heard all about the Loch Ness Monster, but I've never met anyone who's actually seen it.
I did more than see it, young lady. I tangled with it. Hey, Commander, you haven't said a thing. It's quite a story, isn't it?
Yes, Admiral, yes, quite a story.
Yeah, well, it really happened, you know. I didn't make it up.
Oh, of course you didn't make it up, sir.
I can remember the whole thing. I'll never forget it. I was sleeping in my boat.
Sleeping?
Yeah, sleeping.
I'm sorry, carry on. I was just surprised you didn't mention it the first time.
I didn't think... Oh, I see. I see what you're getting at. Now you're saying I dreamt.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
Excuse me, Commander, Admiral. I think I should point out that nobody can win this argument.
Arguing? Who's arguing?
We're just having a discussion.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt your discussion, but the mystery of the Loch Ness Monster has never been solved and isn't likely to be.
Yeah, you're right, Atlanta. People like me say they've seen it, but that isn't proof.
Sure isn't. Still, short of sending a craft to investigate, we'll never know if you actually saw a monster or not.
Well, that does it. As president of the Undersea Research Program, I order that one of your craft explores Loch Ness.
Well, Stingray...
Stingray, is it? Okay, let's go and brief Troy Tempest. Then we'll see if I dreamt it or not.
I don't know. Ever since Naval College, those two fought over everything.
So Stingray's off to Scotland?
Yes. And I'd give anything to go with them. Some of my mother's people came from there. But Marina's part of the crew, so naturally she'll be going.
Find the Loch Ness Monster? What a crazy mission.
Well, it'll be quite a trip. What's the action, Troy?
Well, we'll land on the coast and take Stingray across land. What's the matter, Marina? Are you worried about that? Don't you want to come with us?
Well, I guess you can't blame her, Troy. After all, she does come from the sea. I guess all that land travel scares her.
Oink, 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 oink.
You see, even Moink doesn't want to go over dry old land.
Maybe we can talk Atlanta into coming with us. She's due for some leave.
Talk me into it. Oh, are you crazy? I'll be packed before you can say Stingray.
Well, these old newspaper clippings, they tell us one thing.
Yeah, hundreds of people claim to have seen the monster.
And they all had the same trouble as Admiral Denver. Nobody really believed them.
Here's a report of an investigation in the 1960s. They used sounding equipment.
Yeah, but they never really discovered anything.
Well, what can you expect? I guess their equipment was pretty ancient compared with ours.
I'll run that old film that we got out of the museum again.
Oh, it's a waste of time, Troy.
There it is, in the right-hand corner.
Oh, that could be anything.
Yeah, this one's better.
But it's out of focus. That could be anything, too. Well, there's nothing for us to do but to wait until we get to Loch Ness. There you are, Atlanta. What you came all this way to see.
It sure is worth it, Troy. Bonnie Scotland. Gee, Troy, isn't it wonderful?
Sure is, Atlanta. I hope we get some time to do some real sightseeing.
It's not a long drive. We should be there soon.
And just imagine we'll be staying in a real castle overlooking the loch.
Yeah, that should be quite something. The McGregors who run the place have kept everything the way it was years ago.
You mean bagpipes and kilts and all that?
Yeah, everything, Phones. Nothing could be more Scottish than that old castle.
Well, I really enjoyed that, haggis, you called it?
Aye, you're the makings of a real Scotsman, Phones.
I think it's all wonderful, Andy. Just how I always imagined it would be.
My brother Jamie and myself tried to keep a wee bit of old Scotland going in this modern world.
Och, you talk too much, Andy. Our guests will be wanting to retire to their beds if they're to catch the monster tomorrow.
Aye, you're right in what you say. We'll take you to your rooms.
Have you seen the Loch Ness Monster, Andy?
Aye, that I have. Many times 'tis a fearful beastie, and I wouldn't like to be in your shoes.
Well, our orders are to find it.
You'd best say your prayers tonight. It doesn't find you.
This is your room, young lassie.
Thank you, Andy. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night, Atlanta.
Good night to you both. And as you enjoy the haggis buns, you can look forward to the steaming hot porridge you'll be getting in the morning. I will, Jimmy McGregor. Och, aye, I will. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All safely tucked away.
Aye, but I still think we should make some sort of plan, Andy.
There's no need to bother your head. Like I've said before, we can leave it to the monster to frighten them away.
You've the makings of a real Scotsman, folks. A real Scotsman.
Bones, wake up. Do you hear? Wake up.
What's that? What's wrong?
You've been having a nightmare. That's what's wrong.
Oh, sorry, Troy. I didn't mean to wake you.
What's the matter? Dreaming about the monster?
No, I wasn't dreaming about the monster. Anyway, they probably ain't no such animal.
Troy? Troy, you awake?
Uh,
Can you hear that noise?
Go to sleep, Bones. You've been dreaming again.
I am not dreaming. Listen.
Hey, you're right. I can hear something.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can find out. So you heard it too, Atlanta.
It seems to be everywhere.
Let's look around. Phones, you go that way.
Sure, Troy.
Atlanta, you come with me.
I don't mind going by myself. Now, you don't have to be scared, Phones. That monster wouldn't leave the loch. Yeah, but these old castles have ghosts.
Atlanta, you all right?
Yes. Oh, sorry, Troy. That picture startled me.
Let's take a look in there. Nothing.
Not even a window.
We're running out of places to look.
Troy, shh.
Phones.
Wow. Oh, you sure gave me a fright.
Did you find anything, Phones?
No, and I searched the whole east wing of this place.
We covered the rest.
Did you look in there?
Yes, and it was completely empty.
he doing up in the middle of the night?
We heard a noise and...
Oh, I shouldn't worry about that.
You know what it was?
Aye, 'twas the ghost of Sandy McGregor. You can take my word on that. Always disturbs him to have strangers in the place. Well, good night to you folks. I'll see you in the morning.
Did he say ghosts?
But how did Andy get into that room, Troy? This is the only door.
I don't know, Atlanta. But I'm not going to worry about it now. Let's go to bed. We've got a big day ahead of us. I'll take it out to the center of the lake. Then we'll submerge.
There they go, Andy, searching for the monster.
They'll find it, Jamie. They'll find it.
Diving stations.
Diving stations?
Okay, dive. Main ballast, 1,000.
Main ballast, 1,000.
It's all yours, phones.
I got something.
Whereabouts, phones?
Behind us.
Stand by to 180.
It's big, whatever it is, and it's getting closer.
Troy, the Loch Ness monster!
It's coming at us again.
Prepare to launch Sting missile.
Horizontal hydroplane, 6 degrees, left.
Check. 6 degrees, left. Stand by. Fire.
Troy, look!
Well, I'll be...
Shucks, it wasn't a real monster at all. Just a model controlled by machinery.
Well, what do you make of it, Troy?
I don't know, but we'll soon find out. Come on, let's get back to the castle.
Hey, this looks like something.
Could be a door.
Oh, the beastie has been very, very badly damaged.
Oh, Jamie, we've been discovered.
So this is where you worked the monster from, is it?
Wait a minute. We can explain everything.
We've done no harm, Captain.
We've never killed anybody. We've just knocked a couple of boats and scared people, that's all.
Aye.
How long has this been going on?
Sandy McGregor, my great-grandfather built the beastie.
And our family has operated it ever since.
Pretty good for the tourist trade, huh?
Aye, it's very good for us.
Could you show us it working, Andy?
Aye, you could. But you've damaged it pretty badly. It'll be a long time before the Loch Ness monster is seen again.
And what was the noise we heard last night?
Oh, hi. Last night, yes. We were testing the works, getting ready to scare you away before you discovered anything.
Could you not find it in your heart to keep all this a secret, Captain?
Aye. People come from all over the world to catch a glimpse of our monster.
What about it, Troy? They didn't really mean any harm.
Maybe not. But we were given our orders, Atlanta.
Well, don't decide now, Troy. Think about it on our way home. Well, I don't see how we can destroy a legend just like that, Troy.
Yeah, but we belong to the World Aquanaut Security Patrol.
Hey, wait a minute. I think we're all forgetting one thing.
What's that, Phones?
Who's going to tell Admiral Denver that he was half scared to death by a phony monster?
Well, did you find the monster?
Yes, sir. We saw it.
Did you hear that, Commander? Dreamt it, did I?
What happened, Troy?
Well, we saw it, that's all.
Thanks, Troy.
Didn't you get any proof?
Well, no. We fired a missile, but it was all too quick for us. Faster even than Stingray.
Are you sure it was a monster?
Of course he's sure.
We think it was.
Well, so far as we could make out. Now, of course, there's a lot of rocks and weeds down there.
Well, none of you sound too certain. For my money, the mystery of Loch Ness is still a mystery.
As far as I'm concerned, it was a monster. There's no doubt in my mind. Of course. If you're calling me a liar, sure.
There you go again, making accusations just because you were half asleep.
I was not half asleep.
You have to convince yourself that it's true. I am only interested in facts.
And so am I. And the facts are...
The facts are there is nothing to prove.
Or disprove.
Your theory.
It is not my theory. It is a fact.
Now listen.
Come on,
Now,
let's leave them to it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
This is where we came in.
I was not dreaming.
Marina, Aqua Marina, what are these strange enchantments that start whenever you're near? Marina, Aqua Marina, why can't you whisper the words that my heart is longing to hear? Your magic to me, a beautiful mystery. I'm certain to fall, I know, because you enthrall me so. Marina, Aqua Marina, why don't you say that you'll always stay close to my heart?